Hi, welcome back to Wallflowers. Now today we've had some pretty crazy news coming out from the Bank of England today. They've increased the interest rate from 4.5% to 5%. Now all the business experts and all the analysts in the last couple of weeks have been saying there's no need for the interest rates to go up. People are struggling enough as it is, and there's other ways that they can bring the inflation down. Now, a couple of months ago, inflation was at 10 point something, 10.4 or 10.8, and last month it came down to something like 8.7, 8.7%, the inflation. And he said that was due to the energy companies not increasing the prices in March this year, and food prices were coming down, so the inflation was coming down. So they were saying there's no need for the interest rates to go up, and then suddenly today they've predicted that if they do go up, they'll go up 0.25%, but today they put it up by 0.5%, which is an extra £75 payout just on our mortgage, because of that 0.5% per month, because of that 5% rise. So the interest rate is now at 5%. Now, some of them are saying today that's not the end of it. By the end of the year it could be 6%, and saying that it's not going to bring the inflation down at all, it's going to make it rise even more now, because people who are already struggling with the mortgages, with the energy prices, with everything else that's going on, the food prices, because they're going to be going up as well now, again. So people haven't got the money as it is to pay out everything, and now with an extra £75 a month that they've got to find for their mortgage, and then their food prices, it's just going to lead to more recession, job losses. Cost of living is just gone crazy. Homelessness, suicides. So we've been saying for a long time we think that they're trying to get rid of us, and this just proves that they are. I mean, just going on our figures, in January 22 the interest rate was 0.25%. So it was only 0.25%, and our mortgage was £220 then. Now this is the 13th time in a row that the Bank of England have put the interest rates up. So they've gone from 0.25% to now 5%. So that's a 4.75% increase. So our mortgage now is £650 in less than 18 months. From 220 to 650, and on top of that you've got your council tax, you've got your water, you've got your energy, as well as your food.
It mightn't sound a lot to some people paying that amount, but to us it's extortionate, considering we're used to paying the £200, and we were already on a strict budget then.
Yeah. I mean, they just don't want people to have expendable money. I don't get why that is, because if you give somebody working class £1,000, they'll go out and spend it in the local economy, and the economy will be boosted. If you give a rich person £1,000, they'll invest it or put it in a bank, or they won't spend it, they'll save it.
Or possibly spend it abroad.
Yeah. So it doesn't affect the economy. So the more the lower class people have, the better the economy will be, in my eyes. And we have lower class, middle class, upper class in this country, and now slowly the middle class are being wiped out, because they were the ones that had the little bit of savings at the end of the month. When they had spent all their expenditure, they'd have a little bit of savings, but all them savings are being wiped out now. So the middle class is slowly becoming the lower class with everybody else. So there's only lower class and upper class. And it's only the upper class that are going to benefit from this, because they've got money in the bank, their interest rates are rising, so they're going to get more money off the interest of what they've already got in the bank.
It's what's called direct taxation, isn't it? It's taxing the poor. It really is directly
and it's not just the
taxing
poor,
the
it's the
poor.
middle class now that are being wiped out. So
there used to be such a thing as indirect taxing, and now it's totally all direct taxing.
yeah. As I say, your mortgage, your council tax, your lecky, your gas, your water. Now the energy companies didn't put up the prices in March, and probably the reason for that is because it's coming into the summer and people aren't going to use it as much, so they're not really going to benefit. So if they keep the prices low, people
they're not exactly low, are they?
But not put them up. So come October, when it comes to winter, when they're looking at the prices again, their energy prices are going to shoot up as well. So because they know people are going to have to use the energy in the winter to keep warm.
A pensioner friend of ours is being charged £300 a month.
Yeah.
Just for electricity and gas. She's hardly home. She's hardly using anything when she is there. And she's basically being stripped of her savings now, isn't she? Because £300 a month was not part of her budget originally. And we're trying to help her, aren't we? But it's difficult, isn't it? It's so difficult in this climate.
So if you're looking back 100 years, 1920s, we just come out of the war, we just had a pandemic, and then we had the recession and the big crash. And going 100 years now, we've had the pandemic, we're going into recession. So the next thing to come out of that is the war. The war's probably the only thing that's going to get them out of this mess that they've got themselves into. They're blaming Brexit, they're blaming COVID. Well,
problem, reaction, solution.
Yeah.
And it's coming, that war, isn't it? We know it's coming.
Yeah, the war's coming. They're pushing for it more and more, day by day. So I just don't know what's going to happen in the coming months.
There's only so far we can tighten our belts, isn't there? Yeah, we've been able to afford a couple of luxuries lately, but that'll all have to stop now, won't it? To go
if we weren't buying our food from the initiatives, I don't think we could afford anything extras, or because of the prices in the supermarkets. So that's why it doesn't make sense, because they've been saying for months that the prices in the supermarkets are starting to come down now, and yet they're going to hit us with this interest rate rise now. Just doesn't make sense. So as we used to say, you own nothing and you'll be happy, and that seems to be the motto now.
Well, that's what they want us, the position they want us to be in, isn't it?
Coming for your money, coming for your house, next they'll be coming for you. Okay, just like to share
not
that with
to leave it on a doom and gloom, but just to talk about what's actually happening and how we actually feel about it.
That's it. The only ones that are going to benefit are the bankers, the politicians and the rich people. Us low people will be wiped out soon if they don't send us to war. Okay, thanks for joining us. I will see you again soon. Bye.